Hey everybody, Whip here, and welcome back to the single player survival world, where we did a lot of work in the last episode, didn't we? We spent a good while around here planning out some new projects and really moving ourselves forward as far as the technical aspect of the game, and oh my gosh, we've been able to do quite a bit. I'm over here chopping down a few of these spruce trees just to get them out of the way for ourselves, so that we can really reveal what is going on back here. When all those leaves decay, we can see most of this cliff and what we have to work with. Because today, my friends, I would like to come through out here and build a cliffside village. As we need something to cover up that melon and pumpkin farm, I figured some village houses would be absolutely awesome over there. But we also have one thing we got to touch on for our castle. I don't want to just do one episode of planning the entire thing out and then leaving it. And well, right now the problem is we don't have a way to get up to the top of it very easily at all. It's kind of wanders around here, jumping up all those blocks, and it's kind of gross. So I'm thinking we can also come back here and clean up this area, get our pathway established going all the way up there, which is going to be a lot of terraforming, smoothing the slope out in here, and actually turning it into a bit of a walkway. Now, before we get into that one, please be sure to click that like button down below if you are enjoying this series and you want to see more of it. And if you're brand new, why not click that subscribe button? You've made it 2 minutes into the video. That seems good. Right? And while we're over here, I wanted to check up on the melon and pumpkin farm to see how much we've gotten. I've been working around in the world for about an hour or two, just kind of off camera, doing some grind work. And I wanted to see, I disconnected this middle hopper line, and that's not bad. It took a while to get everything grown up in here. Like, all of the stems had to grow. So that obviously is going to take a while. But I disconnected these ones, removed all the hoppers, and hopefully they all start flowing into here. I really should test this though. It's a good thing that pumpkins can go into composters and can melon slices. They can. Absolutely perfect. Also, I found another coda hanging around out here. You know, in the last episode where I was like, oh, he's down there running around the base. No, it's a new one. I don't have anything on me that I can tame him with, but the original one's over there, and this guy's a new one right here. He's just hanging out. He's just hanging out in the melon pumpkin farm. One of the things I tend to avoid a lot while building is using cobblestone. I find cobblestone to just be a little bit of like old school Minecrafty, but in this case, we're going to be using cobblestone for the roadway for our brand new castle pathway to get up there, because out here we have the basalt and we have the cobblestone. The basalt, I want to actually be using the side texture as part of the castle, and I think if we use basalt on the road and basalt in the castle and basalt everywhere else, it's just going to look like a bunch of basalt. So I think it's time for me to spend a little bit of time down here in the mines, and I brought a few torches on me, so we're good to go on that front. And then out here we can spend a while actually gathering up some cobblestone and maybe get a few diamonds in the way, because I'm running a little low on this stuff, everybody. So I think I might pick a direction, let's say right about here. And if you're trying to be a diamond miner, or, you know, iron miner, right, like in here, you want to get down to Y level 12 or Y level 11. In this case, we're on 11, and then pretty much go every 2 blocks over. So we did this whole big strip here. We move 2 blocks over. We can do the same thing again, and your chance of finding diamonds is really, really high. Now, I did also read through a lot of the comments in the last episode, because I asked people saying, should we do shaders or should we not do shaders? And well, I actually found that it was very evenly split down the middle. So I think what I'm going to do is be a little bit of that middle happy ground of, for the time lapses and the bigger clips, kind of like I've done in the past, we'll use shaders. And everything outside of that one, we'll spend the time in just like a regular vanilla like this, because I don't know, it does make the game a bit easier to read and a bit easier to see. And that is a full inventory of everything we could ever need except diamonds. I probably should have cleared out the observers and sticks and things before I got down here, but I kind of want to keep those ones. And apparently we lost a few blocks down here, threw some leaves on the ground to get some more coal. And you know, the life of a Minecraft miner when you don't have shulker boxes yet, you kind of got to make decisions of what do you keep with you and what do you throw away. Now, I do hope this is enough cobblestone. I think we have about 8 stacks in total, including what we have back in the base. So we'll see what we're able to do as far as building up and terraforming and doing all that lovely stuff. I've got a bunch of dirt and grass, though, so we can use that to our advantage. And my friends, I think it's time that we kick this off into a good old-fashioned time-lapse mode and build up a pathway? A pathway. Let's go with a pathway. Now that we can actually walk up to the castle area, I think it's time that we can actually start building up on it, but we're going to save that for a future episode because I've got to figure out how we're going to do the cliffs of all of these ones in here. I didn't want to just bring it straight down like we had done a little bit of terraforming over here. I want to do a more fantastical approach to it, so we're going to have these big arching cliffs, overhanging cliffs, and everything like that. I did come through underneath here, however, and I did light it all up as well, so that was a bit painful. Had a few creepers explode on me there, but we were safe and sound in the end of it. Next up, I would love to move over to working on our cliffside village, which is going to be very, very cool. I have an awesome idea in mind to utilize chains as a way of holding up like suspension bridges of sorts like that. But the problem is I want to use a bunch of dark oak, this stuff right here, mostly the strip dark oak, because I think that'll look better, especially if we're using a lot of the crimson in there. And I only have 5 saplings, and I only have 22 logs, which means that we need a little bit more of the stuff. I think up here, since it's so large, open, and clear, I'm just going to plant those saplings down for now, and I believe if we head off in that direction, we should be able to actually find a dark oak forest. Now, I've also decided that this river valley area that we need to work on throughout here is going to be a great stream project type of thing, just because it's a lot of terraforming and it's a lot more fun, and it seems like a lot of people enjoy those. So I think for the foreseeable future, at least is my game plan, is instead of where I used to do Mountain Mondays over on Twitch and I'd work on the big custom mountain range project, we're going to turn it into River Valley Mondays. So they're kind of mountainy things. Like these are a little mountainy in Minecraft, right? So we're going to be working on the River Valley. So if you'd like to see some terraforming stuff, ask me questions about it, or just, you know, hang out for some ASMR dirt placing, the best kind of dirt placing, be sure to follow me on Twitch. You can find a link down in the description below. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the streams, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. I will say, though, this is extremely painful, and I should really get a horse. I think we need to work towards getting a strider in the nether and a horse in the overworld. That's actually like a good, fast horse. And there it is, the dark oak forest. Finally, at long last, we can bring some dark oak saplings back with us. Why I only brought 5 back last time, I don't know. We need a lot more than 5, though. I think what I'm going to do here to preserve the inner workings of the dark oak forest, because I actually really like this biome. I think it's a really fun one to work inside of. I'm just going to trim the outside of the biome. I'm almost make it look like the trees are just kind of getting broken up on the sides of it. And that is a 1 wide dark oak. That's really weird looking. I'm realizing now as it's getting to be dark that I forgot to bring a bed out here with me, so this could get a little interesting. I know these are already dark and scary forests and everything like that. It's kind of the first word in the dark oak forest. And we'll see how long we can survive out here. I don't want to lose all this wood, but I still definitely need a lot more than I currently have. And the first mobs are starting to come out here. This is not very good, not very good at all. I'm gonna sit on top of here, wait for all these leaves to decay where they are. I want 1 more sapling. There it is. We're good. Oh no, oh no. They're after me, Lucky Charms, everybody. They're after me, Lucky Charms. Why I ran into the forest, I don't know. I just started running away from the things, and I'm really kind of scared in here. This is not a good place to be running, and more zombies. Just keep running. Just keep running. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on here. Look at that parkour professional move. Now, oh, geez, spider. There's safety. There's safety over there. It's so bright and shiny. It's my old base. It's my old city, the original city. I think we can use the bed there. I think we can use the bed there, then make our way back over. We're not gonna take anything, just using a bed and stay in the night. We won't even go all the way into the city. We're just gonna get in the house on the very, very edge. I know this closest one here, being my sugarcane place, has a bed in it. It should, unless I removed it. I don't trust going through that field of sugarcane in the dark, though, because I know mobs can spawn on those blocks, and we're just gonna go right over here instead. This is the old... Are you breaking the crops? Come on, man. Come on, little bunny. I leave for a little while and somebody breaks everything. It was just a stopover. We're not going to grab anything. We're not grabbing anything at all. We're going back over to our base. I promise we're not taking any resources here. And my God. Oh my God. What is this? So scary. It's so scary. It's a baby husk. The fact that they're babies is one, terrifying enough. And then the second fact that they can just make you hunger and like be all hungry and you have to eat everything. Oh my gosh, it's awful. Goodbye, Papyrus. We might be back one day, and it'll be via the form of a road. I love you. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. I got this guy while I wasn't recording earlier, and I meant to point it out. we have our very first brown panda of the village, and I love him so much. He's the best. And we've got a few more in here that are just kind of hanging out. This guy, I don't know what's up with him. He just sits there. But welcome on back to Panda Land, everybody. We are up here and safe and sound, and I should probably go plant these dark oak saplings. Did I just make a pathway around to get to the top of the mountain, and am I still climbing up here? Yes and yes. But that means to get over to the next area we're going, I get to use my bridge. My decorative bridge has a purpose, and it is oh so very perfect. But I'm thinking right into here, we're actually going to break this. I wanted to keep these leaves. We're going to break this point open, and right down in here, and we're going to get rid of this bamboo, is where we're going to start a bit of a slope. So if we bring some spruce slabs down here, we're going to want to start moving these down. I'm thinking we're going to have them sticking out like 3 blocks or so, and then probably right here we can have this level up being a little bit of a platform. We can have a building right into here, and eventually it's just gonna look something more like this, where we're gonna have this really cool, like very organic looking pathway or a rampart of sorts. If we bring this all the way around over here, I think it should look pretty sweet. And then I was thinking with these, to make it look a little bit more solidified, instead of just doing the stairs along the bottom, we could also bring like an extra beam of the dark oak out over the top of these. And then at the very ends, I was thinking it could be kind of cool to incorporate some chains in here to make it look like these top beams, which will be kind of situated into the houses a little bit more, so they'll look like they're a little bit stronger and being held up by something. They'll be almost holding up these lower pathways as well. I think it can be a really sweet idea that we can utilize and move forward with and just make this whole area look absolutely awesome. But coming down here, it's going to be a bit interesting, as I really want to spend a good while figuring out the shapes of this one, and I think we're going to have to remove a lot of that black glass that we have back in there and everything to make that build look nicer. Well, I've got a big old thing over here that goes all the way down to this corner. Did a little bit of terraforming right here to fix that one up, and then it turns sharply, comes right down here, and this is kind of what I was envisioning with the chains. Obviously, I've got to support these up another layer, but that's kind of where it goes, and then we bring ourselves down to here, which will be our kind of access point into the storage room, which is great. And this, as we've been here, has filled up the rest of this chest pretty much, which is awesome. And now we get to be at the point where I have to define some shapes for buildings. So I was thinking we're going to use these, and then we're going to use some, so it's all going to be strip stuff. So it's going to be those strip guys right there. Then we're going to have some oak, and then we're going to have just, you know, the regular other stuff that we're going throughout. And I think if we open up a little bit of a doorway right through here, we could maybe actually get in more easily than we could over on that side. So we can patch that hole up, and that should be a quick way for us to get in here. These are mostly going to be just facades of buildings. So I want to have this one in here. And then I was thinking we could come up to this point right here, add in another one, and have it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do another guy right in here. So all those will be another shape for a house. Bring that up a little bit, kind of have a tiny roof in there. And then back in here, I kind of want to do another one that would be slightly angled and bring itself out to here. So that's going to be 3 on this lower level. And I would love to have a few more than just 3 up here on this level as well. So we can have something right in here, which will be that. And these are all going to be very organically shaped and just built into the edge of the cliff almost. And then, so that one will go right there. We'll have that thing as one. And then probably, I want to make sure that they're not stacked directly on top of each other. So if we could do another one right in here. And then we should be able to actually fit another one right back in here as well, which these can be kind of really close to each other. I'm out of oak, but you get the idea that would go in there. I've got a bunch of oak saplings I need to plant down. And then, so that would be 3. And then if we do a 4th right over at this point, I want to make sure from here down to about this guy is open. So it's actually going to be squeezed in probably right through here. I still need to get the roofs on all of these structures, but I want to give you all a bit of an update here on what the shape is at right now. And like there, so I added in a bunch of windows with the white stained glass, and then behind that I put shroom lights behind all of these, so it'll look like a facade where everything is very lifelike and bright and kind of things are actually living up here. I'm out of oak again. I've got everything planted over there in the big castle structure with like a stack of saplings down. So we'll have a bunch here soon, but we've got one over there that's very diagonal. And then we got the straight up, and then a little bit of an angle. Then these kind of down here. And that's the actual entrance into our storage farm. You kind of see the farm poking out there a little bit in the background. I haven't decided quite how I want to keep that yet, but I'm going to get the roofs on here first, and we'll see where we're going. Coda, buddy, I gotta say, dude, your view is getting to be pretty amazing here. You're just still staring out. Why don't you look out here, dude? Just turn. I'll help you out. Come on, just turn. You know this trick. Come on, you've done it on stream many times. Just turn. I know, I'm sorry, I don't have trees. Well, if Coda doesn't want to enjoy the view, hopefully you all would like to enjoy the view here, and I think it's absolutely awesome. I did keep a little hidden ode right back in there to the farm itself. I think it's a cool little aspect to show a tiny bit of the redstone that we've been doing, and I wanted to wait until nighttime to actually show you all this because it looks super sweet when it starts getting a little darker around here. This valley has so much atmosphere to it already. It's looking really, really sweet at this point in time. But this whole place over here, it looks like I might have gotten rid of the light behind that window. So I will need to go replace that one in there. Huh, I did remove it. Interesting. Well, that's fine. And this area is a little difficult to get through. Sometimes you got to go outside of the chains to get up. I added in a few of our crates around the place. It's just note blocks retextured if you didn't know. And it's looking really cool. This one over here I think is my favorite. I brought in a little bit of the warped wood up there, the warped strip wood, and I think it worked out really well. Up here, however, I would like to attempt a new type of tree. Something that is going to very much fit the style that we're going for inside of this world is I would like to build my version of a cherry blossom tree, kind of sticking up out of here, up into the air, and it's going to be really cool, but I've got to go find a lot of stuff for it. I think we're going to use dark oak for the base because I think that'll work out pretty well. Maybe we actually use strip dark oak and then be in line with this one. But I need to go find some sand to make some pink glass. And then outside of that, I got to go find, I think I need some concrete and I think I need some wool. Wool's going to be easy because we got the sheepies over there. The concrete is, that's going to be a lot more sand. Holy mother of underwater sand. I think this is going to solve our problem here, everybody. After this, all we need is the wool. That's going to be easy. Well, I've gathered up a lot of stuff that we can use here. So we got pink concrete, we got pink glazed terracotta because it looks like these big leafy things. And then we got the pink concrete powder, and then we've also got pink stained glass, which in my texture pack is just a foggy thing, which I think will really help us out. And of course, we also have pink stained glass panes. So this is going to be a fun tree to do. It's mostly just going to be a large fog tree is my goal with this one. And I decided against using the strip dark oak, and instead we're going to use some strip spruce. So if we come through out here and get rid of this guy, we can start to kind of pile these things up here together. And I was thinking it would work out fairly well to have us actually moving outwards a bit further. So it feels like this tree is actually hanging outwards. And afterwards, we're going to end up with something a bit more like this one in here. And I think that'll be pretty good. Then outside of this, it's honestly, I have no idea. It's just going to be adding in some of these things around. Do like that. And I meant to bring up some string for the pink concrete powder, but I guess we could just use some pink stained glass panes underneath it. So we could get those up in here and just keep doing stuff like this going all the way around. I honestly have no idea how this thing's going to work out. If it's going to work out or whatever that stuff is. I've never built one of these before. Well, I guess it's time for a bit of a progress update here, and the tree is coming along fairly well. I think the glass on there is, I think, is the best feature out of it. The rest of it is still a little weird. I just never designed trees that don't use, leaves, and they use full blocks and other things, even though that looks like a big leaf. I think that's really helping it out. But overall, this thing's a bit weird. I do like it. I think I gotta keep messing with it a bit more, and I think I need to bring some of the more solid blocks down farther, because right now I'm mostly just bringing in a lot of the glass down here. I will say, though, I did forget about the wool, so I'm now adding the wool in afterwards, because I was like, I feel like I need another block in here. And then I was kind of looking around, and I was like, oh, yeah, I have another block to add in. It's called pink wool, everybody. It's called pink wool. I think this one right here is going to have to suffice for our first attempt at a cherry blossom tree. Should we add more of them into this area? Let me know what you think in the comments below on that one. I thought it was kind of a cool design. I don't know if I'm really sold on it yet. I just wish we had pink leaves, everybody. Just give me dyeable leaves. Just give me like oak leaves and we can dye them any color that we want inside of Minecraft. That would be amazing. But folks, I think that's going to have to do it for today's episode. I am way the heck out of time on this one, so I do hope y'all did enjoy today's episode. We built up a lot of stuff, and I think next episode we're going to be tackling the front gate of our amazing castle over here, which hopefully should be amazing. Haven't built it yet, I don't know. But what I do know is you should hit that like button down below if you have not already. And my friends, if you are brand new, please consider subscribing. But folks, I will catch you on the fWhip side.